I'm Kaz Parker for MMH, the home of rock radio. And today, very exciting, I've been joined by frontman Russ Grimmett and guitarist Fred Hale from the awesome Sons of Liberty. Thank you so much for catching up with me. How you doing?
It's
We're good.
amazing.
Well, we're amazing, actually. Yeah.
I love
We're
that.
better than good. We're
And
better
you
than
did
good.
say when we had an off the record chat, absolutely buzzing. So hopefully it's going to be a fun interview with lots of buzzing stuff because it's it's in the week. It's a Monday night. It won't go out on a Monday night. I shouldn't have said that, but like it's a Monday night. We need to liven things up, don't we, and start the week off really well.
Yeah, let's
But
go mad. Let's go mental. Off the
let's
track.
go mental. Silly questions later. But we are catching up today for two important and imminent things that are happening for the band. So, and people need to know about it. So that's what we're doing. So the first thing is you wrote so much music for the last album, The Detail is in the Devil, that it spilled over into a brand new limited edition 6-track EP called The Details of the Devil, which has just been released. I've got all this right, haven't I? Oh, look, is that it dancing across the screen?
Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah.
The magical dancing.
As if by magic.
Well, I've got to say, sad news, I don't have a copy, which is a bit of an epic fail,
Oh,
isn't it? So I haven't actually heard it, which is sad, but I have heard the album, so that's good. And there is also, as if that wasn't enough, there's a tour happening in October. And that's one of the two places, so people will be able to buy it online or they'll be able to buy it when they come and see you on tour. So we're going to talk about both those things because we want to sell it into them. We want to get tickets sold. We want to get CDs sold because it is only available on CD, isn't it, I believe?
Yeah,
yes.
we've done a bit of a strange one with this. So
Mhm.
it's well, shall I tell you?
Do a little selling job. Go on, let's start with the
Yeah, go on.
CD. Go for it.
Well, we did this album, which is our current album. And when we recorded it down with Josiah Manning, we recorded more songs than we could fit on a vinyl on an album, and we had a really hard job deciding what to not put on the album, and we don't know whether we got it right or not. But so what we decided to do, and
All right.
really because it's our 10-year as a band kind of anniversary year this year, so we thought let's just do something a bit special for the sort of fans. So we said, well, we'll put the singles from the album that we've released so far on the EP, and we'll put the two completely unreleased tracks, and we haven't stuck them there, not on Spotify. You can't go and listen to them. So they're just on this, and we've done a limited number, so we're only going to do a limited number. And we wrote out to our mailing list first, so they had first dibs, and then to our Soulmates fan group. So we've gone out to the fans first, so they've had the chance to get it. So, and the only place you'll get it is from our shop or from us at the desk, the merch desk at the shows. So, yeah, so it's a bit of probably a bit suicidal, really, because we could have done thousands of them, but
It's fresh. And to be fair, nobody's good. I mean, I suppose it's one of those things. If it's limited because limited edition does always make people think, oh, I want one of those. You never know.
FOMO.
Maybe one day you might put it on Spotify or something, see how it goes.
I would never say never, but I mean, you know, we're not going to say that now because we
No.
want people to buy this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's got two tracks that nobody has heard. One called This Town and one called Full Force 5. And yeah, we think they're bangers, obviously, but yeah, we might even sneak them into the live set.
Well, there you go. That would be a nice tease as well, wouldn't it? Like try before you buy sort of thing.
They might not buy it then.
Oh no,
yeah,
nothing like that. That's just silly talk. Stop with that. Stop with that. So okay, so there's gigs. Let's talk about the tour then as well. Gigs are from the 10th to the 27th of October. You've got Kittredge in support as well. What I'll do is for everybody's benefit, at the end of the interview, I will list the venues and the dates as well, just because then it's top of mind so they can just go, oh, that's my venue, I'll go and buy a ticket. Because what we don't want to do is distract them now. We want them to carry on listening because we've got more stuff to talk about. So yeah, so that's going to be exciting. Kittredge in support as well. They're doing well as well, aren't they? So two great bands. What do we want to tell them? Let's sell them on the tour and what they can expect? Because obviously we've got new album stuff to play, and we've now got EP stuff to play as well. So much going on.
Well, the coming to a Sun show is all about the energy and the show, and being involved. We love to involve the crowd, and thank everyone for being there, because we wouldn't be doing it if they weren't there and they weren't buying tickets. So we try and make it as close as possible, and just an enjoyable night, so people come away going, what have I just been part of? I want that again, and yeah, and to part with the CDs and stuff, because it's how we keep going. So and Kit Trigg is fantastic. He's such a nice kid, and the band are great, and live it's something else. It's great. They got catchy songs, and they're doing really well. So it's really, really good to have the young flesh on board, or younger. But yeah, you'll expect a great show and a good time, a party, a Sun's party.
Exactly. I mean, people who've been before, they know that anyway, but just in case there's anyone that haven't, I don't know how they've missed you, because you've been around 10 years, like you said, and you're a busy band. I mean, I've seen you at both Call of the Wild and Made of Stone this summer. And this weekend, well, I didn't see you at this weekend but you've done New Wave of Classic Rock Festival at KK's as well, just this weekend as well. That's just passed. So yeah, we were just saying, weren't we, about Made of Stone, how at the end we were all slightly inebriated. We'd had a lovely, lovely time, hadn't we?
We
Yeah.
had quite a lovely time. I mean, I'm going to drop Steve in it really, but I mean, he was hospitalised, wasn't he? I mean,
Well, not quite. But he did find his way into the back of an ambulance.
I didn't know that. What for?
We think he was he had like heat stroke, we think.
Yeah, we think he had heat
he's very lacking in water, and then obviously too much drink, and it all made him go a bit funny. But he was fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He was there. He played at KK's Saturday. He was fine.
Yeah, but we weren't in a heat wave at KK's on Saturday. Like
Yeah.
at Made of Stone, it was a heat wave, in fairness. So yeah,
We don't know what happened to Moose though. He was on a different level altogether. I don't know where he went. He clocked in to another job somewhere, I think.
We lost him for a few hours, didn't we?
We lost him.
Yeah. He don't know where he was either. So
I can't remember. I've got some really funny photos at the end of the night when I was trying to leave, and there's just like a gang of us, and they're just funny. And I remember, this is the thing, the next day I remember going, oh, don't remember that. All that. Really funny. They are on Facebook.
if you can keep those to yourself, Kaz, that'd be good.
No, they're on Facebook for everyone to see. I just don't tag people, so if you haven't seen them, that's not my fault. So, so yeah, Classic Rock have got you on their hot list of artists following the latest album release. Obviously 10 years old as well. So all of that's really awesome stuff. Super busy, as I said. So I guess this question initially is for Freddie, because you're a founding member, so you've been around a lot longer than Russ. But what's kind of what are you most proud of achieving over this 10 years? Is there anything that stands out that you think, do you know what? That's the thing.
Well, yeah, there's a few things, because I mean, with this band, it's the first band that I think maybe not all of us, but certainly me and Russ, I think as well, got a vinyl out of our own, entirely of our own music, and that's quite an achievement.
Yeah, that's
because that's something you don't think you couldn't. When we started out and were really young, you had to be signed to a pretty major label to get vinyl, and it's obviously what we grew up with. So that was a real big achievement. Playing the festivals in France just feels great, to be able to go to another country and have a great show and have fans over there. That's always good. And every show, I mean, can't really pick a lot out really. I never like to pick out venues or festivals, because they're all great, and it doesn't matter whether it's a small one at the Waterloo. Springfest was fantastic this year.
Yeah.
It's probably, I don't know, 300 people in 250. I don't know how many people are in there. And then Saturday it was sold out at KK's, and Made of Stone. We played on the main stage first year, and that was massive. And for us anyway. And Show Bike Aquatine was great. All the Planet Rock stuff been great. And yeah, I think just being able to do that is such a privilege to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So, and to be able to go out on our own tours as well,
Yeah.
and take, great bands like Kick Trig, and we've taken some fantastic bands, and the stuff we've done with Preacher Stone is great. We've had a couple of American bands come over. Touring with FM was like big, tick moment.
Yeah.
Grand Slam was great. I went up with Molly Hatchet.
So
I don't
basically,
know,
not
too many
one thing, then
highlights.
you've literally listed almost everything.
I know, I like it all.
The vinyl, to be honest, the vinyl thing that you said, that must feel incredible, because there is something special about vinyl, and owning vinyl, it always felt much more special than buying a CD or a cassette.
Yeah.
There's something nice about a vinyl, isn't there? It's bigger, it feels nicer, there's something lovely about that. So I think, even just as a one point of all the other things that you said, because most of them were about the live music and the performance, just having and holding your own vinyl and going, I did this, and I didn't think when I was a kid and I was playing vinyls that one of them would be mine one day. So I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, Russ, you've gone through that this year, haven't you?
I was
it's
going
my
to say, Russ,
first
I don't
ever
want to leave you out. So same question to you. So since you've joined the band, is there anything that you're particularly proud of that you perhaps wouldn't have achieved if you were in a different band?
I think literally everything. I mean, I've had a couple of bands, one really old and one of late, Life of a Hero, which technically is still there, but neither of us have got time. But Sons is my main focus, and the vinyl for me was really emotional because it's the first time I've ever had one and never thought I'd have one. But just doing what I've done with the band this last 18 months has been off the scale for me. I've ticked everything off my bucket list almost. Even KK's, I've wanted to play that for so long. I've been there with so many bands, crewing, watching. Even Dad did it not long ago, and it's like, when am I going to play it? And then all of a sudden we get dropped the opportunity because someone pulled out. It's like, yeah, and I was absolutely buzzing for that. So getting the opportunities to do these gigs that I never ever thought I'd be able to do. Just Show Bike Aquitaine, as Fred said, 10,000 bikers in France, one of the biggest stages I've ever seen, let alone been on.
Wow.
There's only a handful of things left to do. So the whole time I've been with him,
that might be a question later on then. What's left?
You never know.
See. I'll hold that.
Yeah.
I'll hold that thought. But no, that's really cool. And I mean, obviously, KK's is fairly local to me, so it is a bit of a special venue because it's the one probably I go to. KK's and the GIF are the ones I probably go to the most, but it's such a good venue. It's so good.
It's so good.
My
Yeah.
favourite. It's lovely. I love it.
I've not done the GIF yet either, but we're doing that in October. So
Yeah, I mean, they work really closely together, to be honest. And they're friends and they kind of cross promote and stuff. But it just depends on what size venue you need. But yeah, KK's is a bit
well,
special.
my mum's side of the family is from Wolverhampton, so to tick off the two that I want to do in Wolverhampton will be done by October.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So I can't imagine, I don't know, there's so much going on, but I like to ask this question anyway. Like, is there anything that's coming up that we don't currently know about that I can squeeze out of you in like secret information for MMH style, exclusives and stuff?
Nothing really that we can announce. So, I mean, obviously, I think everyone knows we're Planet Rock Winter's End.
I think so.
That's
Hope so.
so we're on. Yeah, that's out there. We're playing at a New Day festival as well,
Okay,
Faversham, Kent,
right.
which is going to be great fun. So we can announce that.
When's that?
Can't announce anything else. I can't tell you the other
That's
stuff.
fine.
There's a lot. Sorry, there's a lot.
Okay.
But we can't do.
That's all right. I like to ask the question anyway, because sometimes the
Yeah.
pressure makes a little secret squeeze out, which is good.
Yeah,
I can tell you
got to get the
something.
timing for stuff right. You know what it's like.
Russ is going to
I'll tell you something.
secret, so close your ears, Fred.
We are writing songs.
Ah,
What songs?
yes.
Hang on a minute. You've just done an EP because you had so many songs you couldn't fit them all on the album, and now you've got even more coming out. This is incredible.
Well, you've got to keep the boat going, otherwise it will sink.
That's a nice metaphor. I like it. And also,
Yeah.
this is what you do. What else are you going to be doing? Writing
Yeah,
songs is what you do. Keep
we love
churning
that
them
as
out.
much as if there's any of it, it's great.
I
Yeah,
want
always
another
writing.
vinyl on my wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
you know
it.
one.
That's the goal. It's all about the vinyl now. You can't go back. You can only have vinyls as well now. This is good. But I think, yeah, people like a vinyl. I think it'll be good. I think having vinyls is a good thing for sure. So I said we talked about this. We talked about how we were going to do all of the sensible stuff, and then I was going to start throwing some random questions at you because you don't like interviews to be all the same, and you like different stuff and gets a bit more personality across. You never know what stories will come out as well when I chuck a bit of random stuff in there. So before we do the summary of venues, dates, before we round off, let's do random stuff, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fred's done this
Ross, you can
before,
answer all these.
but I'm going to try.
What's the matter?
No, because there might be different ones since we last did an interview. Some of them are the same because I just add new ones all the time to my list, so I can just bob around if I'm interviewing someone I've never done before. But
I love random.
I think we should start with. I mean, I don't think I've asked you this before, but have either of you ever had an embarrassing moment on stage? And not
Yeah.
just a string broke or something. I want a funny one, like my pants split open.
I've had pants split open, or I may have done because I've come across trousers that have been split, and I think, well, when did that happen? But I was at a gig. This was years ago, way before I decided that I should be more professional. I was probably had a few too many before I went on stage, and ended up falling through a drum kit halfway through a set. Luckily, it wasn't the drummer that was playing; it was the drummer that was on next. So yeah, I've done that. And I have slipped up a few times. I've jumped off a riser and lost my balance and fell backwards and ended up sitting on the riser. So that could have been worse.
Yeah. Did you style it
but-
out?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, a Call of the Wild, I don't know if you noticed, when I jumped from the stage to the crowd barrier, I pulled a ligament in my leg. And I didn't realize. And when I went to get back up on stage, my leg gave way. So I did a forward somersault, made it look cool.
Okay.
Well done.
I think the most
cool.
embarrassing thing that's ever happened on stage is voice breaking. There's nothing worse.
Like being a teenager.
Kevin and Perry.
Pre-pubescent. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Just having a little
Nothing
wobble,
worse.
a voice wobble moment. I mean, for you that would be painfully embarrassing, but for the rest of us, falling over is much funnier.
Yeah.
I like a falling over moment. It's always good, and especially if people have got it on video, that's a nice one, isn't it? That's what you want, like all those cameras. But
I
yeah,
don't mind it if it goes viral. It puts the name out, doesn't it?
it does, doesn't it? Exactly. What about you, Fred? Anything embarrassing?
I don't know, embarrassed. I mean, I have recently come off stage with a great big gaping hole down the inside of my thigh, in the trousers, that is, which obviously didn't realise at the time. And then you look back at all the photos. And oh no!
What? Yeah. At what point did it happen? Yeah, I know. I sometimes think when you're watching someone, and you can
early.
see a wardrobe malfunction, and I think to myself, "Oh no, is anyone going to tell them?" Like, and you can't when you're like in the middle of a gig. There's nothing you can do.
No.
But yeah.
And I mean, probably the funniest for everyone else was with our first singer, because I spin around quite a lot. If you've seen, you've seen us play. I can't help doing silly stuff. So I was doing a spin round thing, and somehow got caught up in the singer's sort of chains that he had hanging, and it went round the tuner on my head stop. So there's it's very Spinal Tap. So the two of us are kind of awkwardly attached to each other, whilst my guitar's obviously going out of tune because it's around all the tuning pegs. That took a while to untangle, and I think that was quite funny for everybody else.
That sounds like the one. I like
quite
that
funny
one.
as well. Yeah. So it was pretty bad.
That sounds quite spectacular. I like that one. That's
because you're trying to be cool, and it's just the totally opposite of cool.
I tried to be cool at KK's. I was going to jump off the riser because I haven't done it for so long since I fell over. And as soon as I went to jump off, Moose walked in front of me, so ruined the moment, and I nearly knocked him right over. But yeah.
Funny. That's
we
good.
just missed each other by a whisker at Made of Stone on the big stage the first time we did it, didn't we? and it's
Very
on this,
much.
it's on video, so you can see, because I was running along behind, and you were just going backwards. I think, oh, I can't remember,
Spinning
but
rounds. I think.
it was
You're
just
gonna
like
have to,
it looked like a bit like the Red Arrows where they do the synchro
yeah.
pair, like we tried to just miss each other, but
Oh,
literally neither of us knew where each other were going. So that could have been pretty bad.
you're gonna have to do a compilation video of all the near misses and random things that have
Yeah,
happened.
bloopers and
Sounds like it sounds like it would be a worthy little clip that could go on your TikTok.
Yeah.
Make a TikTok, put it on. Okay, other random questions then. What about I've probably asked you this one before, Fred, but it's a question that I really like because it's different but I ask it a lot. But have you ever met any of your musical heroes? Just like the one that made you starstruck. I don't want to know everybody that you've ever met, but have you ever had like a fanboy moment where you suddenly went, oh my God, this is that person? You don't have to have, but I'm always curious. Is there that person for you?
Yeah, probably. 'Cause when I used to sneak backstage at what was the Colston Hall now, the Bristol Beacon, when I first started going to shows, and
Yeah.
it was easy to get in backstage. So, I went backstage for Gillan, so seeing him, it was a bit.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, when they started out backstage there, I told the security guy I was Dave Murray's brother because I had long hair at the time, like blonde hair.
Yeah.
And blagged my way in. So yeah, I mean, I sat on the bed and played guitar with Joe Elliott due to some family house buying thing. It was bizarre. And he was showing me, because he can play a bit of guitar as well, he was showing me how to play Wasted off the first EP. So I'm sat on my cousin's bed. I was pretty starstruck then.
That's nice. I like it. And I bet you've got no photo and no footage.
No, there wasn't
Just
anything.
all in here. That's the thing sometimes with these
Didn't have
moments. It's not
cameras
like,
with you then.
no, exactly. Oh, I love that. That's really cool. That's one for
Yeah,
the.
loads really.
Oh,
Meeting Russ was, I was starstruck.
of course. The legend that is Russ Grimmett. And how about you, Russ? Is there anybody you've ever met that's kind of made you have that starstruck moment where you've gone a bit like fanboy and not knowing what to say?
Robert Plant.
Okay.
I think because normally I'm very much, we're all human. We're all the same. Turn the lights off and put us in a room and we're all the same. And I try not to do the fan thing, just because I'd rather respect someone for the music that they do and say thank you. And I tried to do that to Robert, and yeah, I was just a mess because I was like, this is Robert Plant.
I know.
We played at a pub and it was his local pub, and it was like, and I went and shook his hand, and he was the nicest bloke ever, really down to earth and lovely. But yeah, that was the time where I went, I
The
don't
thing
know what
is,
to say.
we're not all equal because we're not all Robert Plant.
No.
You
No.
know? He is a legend, definitely for sure. I've met him and gone starstruck as well, because obviously he is from round here. So,
Yeah.
but I've got no photo with him. I must have said hello to him
No,
about
I
3
didn't.
times. But the first time I did actually ask for a photo, and I was being starstruck, and he said, not now, after the gig. And so I've never got my photo. And if you go anywhere in Birmingham, for example, anywhere, Chinese restaurant, the most tiny little one, there'll be a picture of one of the waiters meeting Robert Plant on the wall.
Everyone else has got a picture.
Everybody else has got a picture.
I've probably got one somewhere.
Me. So I'm either going to get myself photoshopped onto one day, or I'm just going to say, do you know what? He missed his chance to have his photo with Kaz Parker. So
Yeah, exactly that.
It's his
hopefully
loss.
someone will be interviewing him one day and he'll go, have you ever got any regrets? And that might be his regret.
Oh, I tell you, I've just remembered who I was very starstruck with, Black
Go
Stone
for it.
Cherry.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, yeah, because they really inspired me to write more music when I heard their second album. So yeah, when they played at Steelhouse, I was working there, and they came and sat on the riser backstage when they were halfway through the set next to me, and I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I did not say anything.
Yeah, that's the moments when you can't even speak. That's brilliant. I'm going to chuck a few would you rathers at you now, because I love a would you rather, as people know. I love them. They're great. So we'll start off fairly tame. Would you rather? What have I not done on you, Fred? Have I done a few would you rathers before?
Yeah.
Would you rather have 5 mini clones of yourself or 1 full-sized clone?
One full-size clone.
Ah, what are you going to do with them? Are they going to be evil, or are they just going to be at places where you can't be bothered to go? Send them out.
I can send them to work.
Yeah, that's
go
true.
do like their day job stuff, so I don't have to.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That is actually the perfect scenario, isn't it? Because I was thinking 5 mini ones would be really funny.
It'd be funnier. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
But
like
they'd be a bit more noticeable, wouldn't they?
Send them to work. Yeah, definitely. And actually, it might be a bit weird having 5 mini ones. What about you, Russ? Don't listen to any of the other. You know, you can make your choice. If you want 5 mini clones, you can have them.
5 mini clones, 100%, because I could get up to 5 times more mischief.
Yes, and they'd be able to fit in places you can't. So that could be
Fair
funny.
play.
Because we have a thing on tour as well with the band where if the phone is left, then Russ comes along and takes as many selfies as he can possibly take in whatever time he has. I'd have 6 times more chance of doing that with 5 mini clones. So sign me up now.
Definitely would. I love it.
We don't want 5 mini clones of Russ, please.
No, that's the best
There's
answer I've
not
ever
enough
had.
storage there's not enough cloud in the world for that.
It's the best answer ever to that question. Would you rather have a rhinoceros head for a big toe or a giraffe neck on your body with your head on top?
What's going on in your head?
I'd rather the rhinoceros head for a toe.
I'll
tell you why.
Go on then.
Full size, yeah, because if someone really pisses me off,
yeah,
they get kicked.
You're getting 2 horns.
Yeah,
getting 2 horns.
Got it. 2 horns.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah,
So
I'm with that. That's definitely the right choice.
I don't know. I quite like the idea of a massive long neck with my head on top. I'd be able to see for miles. It'd be brilliant.
I did think that, but then I just thought about being able to kick someone between the legs with a big rhino horn.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good. It's good. It's a slightly different variation to the one that was thrown at me, because the one that was thrown at me was to do with my head on backwards as well. So I've got one for that. I've got one for that. Would you rather? Oh, hang on. I've got 2 more that I'm going to chuck at you. Walk backwards all the time, making the beeping noise of a truck reversing, or have grass for hair.
Grass for hair. Because when you cut it, it smells amazing.
Yeah, it would actually, wouldn't it?
Would it stop growing in the winter though?
No, still carries on growing because you're going to be indoors.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm going to have to say walk backwards beeping all the time. I used to do that occasionally and randomly. Every time I go backwards, I used to make that beeping noise. So I think that's naturally. Yeah, I mean
that's hilarious.
I've done it. Not all the time,
hilarious.
obviously.
But you already do.
And then I might not hit Russ when he's we're moving around on the stage. He could hear me. He could hear where I'm coming.
Exactly that. Exactly that. I've lost the other one I've got. Hang on a minute. It's in here somewhere. Would you rather have your head on back? It's there. Would you rather have your head on backwards or your arms and legs the opposite way round?
Neither of those are really selling themselves to me, but
hard, isn't it?
Arms and legs the other way round would be interesting because I could get the guitar really down low, which might look quite cool.
Hang on, do you mean the legs and arms are swapped?
Yeah. So your legs are here and your arms
Yeah.
are coming out of your hips.
Yeah, you could really play the guitar down low, but you'd fall over, wouldn't you?
Or your head on backwards, Russ.
I'd have to have my head on backwards, I'm afraid. That's too weird for me, the other way.
I think you had your head on backwards quite a lot anyway, Russ.
Well, I think you're right, actually.
And I think, yeah, you could certainly style it out because you could just wear a coat on the wrong way round and maybe people wouldn't notice. And you could do that walking backwards thing and beep everywhere as well, so we could combine 2.
You could do really weird like moonwalking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be a novelty, and you've got a rhinoceros head for a big toe as well, so it's all going on. They're not
Okay,
all
I
in the
forgot
same
about all
one.
that.
You did. I know. Well, you don't have to keep all of them at the same time, so you're all good.
That makes it more interesting.
So go on. Right, that's just a few very, very silly ones, just because I like a little bit of silliness. But
If you like silliness, Kaz, I've got 2 questions for you.
I'll go on then.
Would you rather have arms as long as Mr. Tickle or legs as short as E.T.?
Oh, I love it when people throw them back at me. I think arms as long as
Imagine
Mr. Tickle.
Imagine the legs.
It's brilliant. But I would like the long arms. I think I've got quite long arms, which are really good for selfie taking. People like the angles I can get because I haven't got stumpy little arms, so I can usually get a sort of good angle that's flattering. But also, I think you could have so much mischief. Mr. Tickle was the best Mr. Man because he was always like, well, he was tickling people, but it was brilliant. He was making people laugh. And I think the long arms would be really handy because it's a bit like when you want to reach something and you want a Go Gadget arm. But I mean, they'd be permanently there, which would be a bit annoying. But it's the arms. I don't think I could do any
That's fair
practical use with the little stumpy
I
little
think
legs.
they'd suit you because you could probably get that selfie of Robert Plant without him even knowing.
Yeah,
I've found the answer.
exactly
Yeah,
that.
you got the answer, Russ.
All
Oh,
right, very quick, serious one then. Would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to see colours?
not be able to see colours so I'd be living in a black and white world.
Yeah.
Go with that. Black and white looks quite cool sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
also,
fair.
there's no way I could live without like things like garlic bread and curry and like
I've just had a
roast
curry.
potatoes and parsnips and don't know. I just think no. And chocolate and there's just too much going on with the taste thing. Yeah, I'll live in black and white. That's a good
Okay.
one. That's actually kind of a sensible one. I like that.
There you go.
It's really good. Yeah, we'll come back with my Mr. Tickle arms and tickle you all from where I am. Well, do you know what? That's probably it's probably enough. I mean, I've got would you rathers that I could do. I love it when people hit me with them back because I add them in to my list. This is how I build the collection and make it varied a little bit. Do you want one of my before we wrap up on the would you rathers? Do you want my all-time favorite one, which I still like? Oh, because Russ hasn't had this before, but Fred might have done.
I'd probably had this one, but go on.
Would you
Hit us with
rather
it.
have a 12-inch belly button that sways to the music or accordions for legs? I know.
I can't answer that.
Yes, you
I'd have
can.
accordions for legs. It'd just be hilarious.
I think the noises you'd make it would be hilarious. Just moving would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Because an
Great.
accordion's, I mean, it's a fairly hellish instrument as well, isn't it? So
Yeah. I mean, you can't even make the sound like you can't even like. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm sensing, Russ, that you quite like making noise because you chose the beeping reversing thing as well. So I mean,
Did
it's
I?
no
Well, I
bad
put
thing
that.
if you're a
I did
fan.
that.
Fred chose that.
Fred.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You had your head on backwards, Russ.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
actually. True. They're all blurring into one now. The ridiculousness of them is blurring into one. Okay, sensible question then. And this is the one I was holding back because I like this one for a kind of ender. But given all the lovely things that you have done and how proud you are of them and how excited you've been about them, if there was something that's like a dream achievement, and you can go as big and bold and brash as you would like, because in this question and this environment, anything is possible. But if there was something that you could achieve for the band or for yourself as a musician, what would it be?
Probably, I'd like to think not outrageous, but I'd really like to do a bit of a tour in the States.
Oh,
Yeah, same. 1 or 2. That would be one.
yeah.
well,
That'd
yeah,
be
you could have
kind
to
of
have a
quite.
word with Creature Stone, get them to get you over.
We have conversations occasionally, not out of the realms of possibility. So yeah, that's, I mean, that's not that outlandish probably.
Okay, so let's go for I don't know, a massive venue in the States that you would want to play, something like that. What's the biggest, bestest place?
Madison Square Garden would be pretty good.
Yeah, it'd have to be, wouldn't it? Let's stick that on there then.
Yeah.
Let's go mad.
For the
Let's
film,
say,
for the
Just-
Fillmore,
just
would be pretty good.
a UK arena, you know, would be good.
yeah,
Wembley's the dream, isn't it?
Wembley's the dream for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
why
might have to
not?
be a support tour the first time.
But we're talking about dream achievements here. So we're sold out to Wembley and it's
That was
huge.
our headline show then. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just think
Blackstone Cherry are opening.
Blackstone Cherry
Skinner are on
supporting
then
them would be
second,
great.
and then we're on headlining.
Robert
Yeah.
Plant is there waiting at the end for his selfie.
He's
with
taking
Joe.
photographs.
Yeah.
He's
the
come. We've
talker.
invited him to get a selfie with Kaz Parker.
Yeah. Finally. Yeah. That's his dream achievement. If I asked him that question. If that's my dream achievement for his dream achievement. Right then. Well, it has been awesome catching up with you. Thank you so much for your time and the silliness as well, and indulging me in the silliness too, because it does make it a bit different, because I do try and do things that you don't hear in normal interviews. I just like to be
Would you
weird.
rather fight a kangaroo or fight a badger?
Oh, you see, now your brain's on the would you rathers. I'm never going to be able to get you off this interview, am I? You're going to keep hitting me with them. A kangaroo or a badger? I think a kangaroo. And do you know what the logic for that answer is? Badgers can be really brutal, right? A kangaroo, I think it'd be so funny. And I'd love to cuddle a kangaroo. So I reckon I'd have one of those fights where I kind of give him a little bit of a cuddly tussle as well. I mean, he might biff me in the face. They are pretty strong, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I like the idea of fighting a kangaroo. I don't want it to be a nasty fight, though, with either of them. I mean, what could I have done? What have I done that wrong that the kangaroos and the badgers are coming for me? I don't know.
Oh, you don't need to do anything, do you?
I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to go kangaroo. Have you got any more before I wrap up?
I've got so many, but let's save it for another interview. Let's do a Would You Rather with Sons of Liberty interview.
Just purely that. I know. I've got a
hours
list.
of it.
I've got a list of them that's like as long as my Mr. Tickle arm. If it was in bigger writing, I can make the font size bigger. Okay, well, I am going to try and wrap up unless there's any more. But no, thank you. It's been awesome catching up with you. So we will do, as promised, a little bit of a roundup of the shows that are coming up so that people can go straight online and buy their little tickets and book them. So we have got, it's all October. We're starting with the Victoria in Swindon on the 10th. That's a Thursday. It's my dad's birthday. Then on the 11th, Parish Huddersfield. The 12th is the Motorsport Lounge Llandudno. I should say Llandudno, shouldn't I, if I'm doing it properly? The 1865, which is a great venue in Southampton on the 17th. So you had a little break there. Leo's at Gravesend on the 18th. My favourite venue name, and I've never been there, the Electric Banana in Weston-super-Mare on the 19th. I love that. Electric Banana. We've got to get a would you rather around that, I think. The Gifford Arms, as aforementioned, are in Wolverhampton. One of my regulars on the 24th. Bannerman's Edinburgh, which I can never say Edinburgh properly. 25th. HMV Live Glasgow, 26th for an acoustic show in the afternoon. And then finally, Backstage at the Green in Kinross on the 27th of October. So that is quite a lot in a very short time. You're going to be working very, very hard. It's all squished together nicely. So what I would say to people is check out the socials. The links will be on there, or the website. It's not hard to find, or just go, to the venue. I'm sure you can find it. Just Google it. Go get tickets. I think that's what we want.
Yeah.
Go get tickets, and when they're there, they can buy merch as well. We know that the bands all need the support they can get, and that's the best way people can do it. So thank you so much. It's been really awesome catching up with both of you, Russ and Fred from the awesome, incredible Sons of Liberty, going out on tour imminently. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaz. Have we got to make silly faces now?
Yeah, you know that. That's the drill. But that's what we do. We do stills now. So I can probably end that. I'll end it after you said, have we got to do silly faces now? But
Yeah,
yeah,
because I pulled one and you two didn't.